Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking another look here at RUNE and seeing what's going on. I actually got a lot of requests for this one, asking how much higher it could go. I mean, truth is, if you take a look at TD sequential here, we're at a 9+1. So there's a good chance we could see a pullback. If that is the case, we want to be mindful of it. And we also want to take a look at some Elliott Wave Theory and kind of see, I believe we are nearing the top here. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. So if you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade, I do want to say congrats to our community members for some fantastic profits recently here. Pretty much the list goes on. We've taken profits on what? ID, ICP here, Gala. I think it was also a second ICP trade. We did take a loss on Solana, but one small stop loss out of about 20 profitable trades. I think it's worthwhile, but you do need to know that losses do happen all the time. Okay, the key is to ensure that they happen less frequent and they're less severe. So to me, we're always trading with 5x leverage and low position sizing to make sure that we are profitable and we remain in the game, right? So a lot of cool stuff there. So be sure to check that out. Crypto Cash Premium is linked down below. We are restricting our members here soon. In other words, we're going to put a limit on how many new members we have just to ensure we have some one-on-one time with you guys. But again, good morning. Thank you again for everyone just being an awesome part of my life. We got an awesome group over there. Be sure to check out our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord links down below. If nothing else, again, you want to become part of that premium group, link down below there. We just got a few slots left. So let's talk about this here first. In fact, before we get to the Elliott Wave and kind of talk about the potential pullback, we want to look at resistance levels too. And I just like to look at the weekly time frame to get perspective on where we're at here, because we can see a pretty obvious line in the sand here. I don't know if you can see this here as well. There's this level right here at about $3 even, where the price action has had difficulty crossing. In other words, we got previous week candle wicks. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it finally broke down below, came back up to try to retest and couldn't get past this level. So you got to recognize $3 even is a point of contention for this coin. If we do see the price come up to that level, there's going to be a good chance we'll see an initial rejection and potential pullback. So again, if right now, if this current high is not the highest point, we should experience this to be an initial rejection point and the price coming down from there. So be mindful of that. Just to be transparent, those weekly closes or weekly highs, lows, open close, they're really important. We're going to talk about that here as well. If you take a look at the current weekly high, low, open close, we can see we got a 1 week close here at about 240. So that's going to be a new support level. So potential reality of the fact that the price action may come back down and bounce off that area, it does look like it's already done so. Okay? So keep in mind, those levels are very important. Let's talk a little bit about bigger picture here with the moving averages and just recognize we're above all three. We do want to take a look at this here on the weekly as well, and just note that we are above also both of those here. So again, all good stuff here for the most part. We're definitely bullish on this coin. We can see that we are over 70. We're maintaining above 70 for some time. A lot of money flowing into this coin though. You got to keep in mind, money flow index is high. Price is going to stay right there with it. Okay? So with us having a lot more money coming into this coin, we want to pay attention to volume and take a look here. We are starting to dissipate here where the volume's coming down and the price is coming up. That's typically a concern that usually leads to a reversal, so be mindful that could very well happen. While we have a lot of bullish continuations here, that is somewhat of a divergence there, or a hidden divergence, if you will. Because again, I focus a lot on volume, and if volume starts to come down, then we can kind of see that. But you got to keep in mind, this money flow index here is based on a 14-day average. Okay, so last 14 days it is high, but in the last 3 or 4 days it's been low. Okay, that tells me that we're going to probably see the price action pull back. That concurrent with a 9+1 on the TD sequential here. Basically what this does is takes the fourth previous candlestick and counts up to a 9. It hits a 9, it continues upwards, but it's more likely to retrace or pull back from that level. So there's a good chance we had a liquidity sweep on lower time frames, but the price action shot up here, and this may be the highest point. Once again, $3 I think is the absolute highest in the immediate future, but once more, we never truly know, right? But we are overextended here in a lot of different scenarios. And if we just take a quick history though, just to note, when this this coin goes above 70 on the RSI, it'll stay up there for some time. Look at this here. It stayed up above 70 on the RSI from August 10th to the 22nd. In other words, it went from here to here before it started to pull back. Okay? That's a pretty significant amount of continuation. So you got to keep in mind, it wasn't overextended leading into that though. We are already here. So with us breaching over 70, already overextended going into it, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence the price is going to continue to be able to maintain its current price point. Once more, that leading into the fact that $3 even is a resistance level, I think an average price of right now between now and $3 would be a good entry for consideration for a short. Just a thought. Again, low position size, low leverage, so you don't get wrecked. But the truth is here, this coin is due for a correction. Let's take a look at the 4 hour and see if there is any correlation here. Okay. So taking a look at the RSI, also peaking up over 70, but barely hit that. We do have a MACD convergence here, of course, but that's common. A lot of coins have that convergence right now because they bounced off a key level of support. But more importantly, Bitcoin kind of surged this morning, so it has a tendency of doing so, right? It's going to follow suit. So with it kind of following in its footsteps, we take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We were previously overextended going into this, consolidated at this previous resistance, now support. What was it, the 1 week close? That's the 1 week close there, it's 240. So if you're going to consider a short from now to the 1 week close will be appropriate. Anything lower would be aggressive. I don't think we're going to see much lower, but obviously just depends on where the market goes. We've got, friendly reminder here too. Let me find this here for you. We've got Fed meeting coming up on Wednesday. Okay, we're gonna have the meeting. It's always at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2:30 is when they go live on YouTube. So it's live online. You can see it on YouTube, and it's always interesting to watch because the market will just go crazy at exactly 2 p.m. Eastern, and then once he starts speaking, depending on what he says, it'll go crazy again. So it's just kind of a fun thing there to watch. I enjoy checking that out, but I would recommend definitely being aware of that and not necessarily trading into that too heavy. If you're going to trade into it, keep it low position size, low leverage, so you don't get wrecked when those ugly candle wicks come in. Okay, they will. Okay, and if inflation goes up, we can see the price come down. That's why I was trying to mention that, because we could very well see the price pull back because of it. There's not a tremendous amount of fair value here though on the 4-hour time frame. So truth is, if we get a pullback, it would make a lot more sense for the initial bouncing point to be 242 or higher. Okay. Once more, we could possibly see, and this just depends on if this price action is going to stay where it's at or not. We could very well see the price action pull back to these levels here at to what, 195, 210, and 225. Okay, just something to kind of think about there. Last thing but not least here is on the hourly. I want to take a quick look at the Ichimoku cloud and kind of confirm that we are bullish on all stretch of the imagination here. So there's no reason to consider just jumping into a short because it's overextended. This really does tell us we want to probably wait a little while for another leg up. Again, me, if I, since I like to set it and forget it, I'll probably take entry at this current point right now, maybe another one here, and perhaps a third right there to average my price up. So when the price pulls back down, I can take some healthy profits right down closer to this range here. Again, different strategies for different scenarios, but this coin does look like it's kind of right for the picking. I don't say that very often because just because something's overextended doesn't mean you just trade into it. But this has a lot of reasons why it might pull back and should pull back soon. I would say in the next 12 hours, if this price action doesn't go any higher, we're due for a correction. If it does go higher, then it'll probably come back down. It'll just take a little bit longer. Okay. Again, we got this key level resistance at about $3 even, something to be mindful of. I'm going to go ahead and send out this playout chart to our community, of course. So if you're not part of my Discord, Twitter, or Telegram, the links down below for that. Again, I post my playout charts here. They look a little something like this. Okay. Again, be sure to check it out. Appreciate the feedback, follow-up, etc. Look forward to work with you. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thank you.